This is our bonus episode. As you all know, I did an episode yesterday. Went off on a little bit of a rant of why men and women can't be friends. You guys know how I feel about it. But I wanted to give you the female perspective because when I tell it to you, it sounds like I'm crazy. It sounds like I'm like living in La La Land or like they're like, this guy's off his rocker. Like, leave him be. So we have Anthea here because just like
Hi.
in my life, I stated that, she's been in all these similar situations. And we're going to grill her today on why men and women can be friends. We're going to ask her a slew of questions. So you guys have to be prepared and ready to be like, you know what? I never thought about it like that. So with that being said, let's get started. Anthea, this is the final chapter. We all know how me and you both feel about this, but let's get the women's point of view. When you were growing up, you said you had a lot of male friends.
Yes.
And what happened with that? You said a lot of them asked you out or wanted to be with you romantically, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So did you ever see that being a problem at the time, or did you
Yes.
just brush it off?
There was times where I'd brush it off, but then other times it was a big problem because I felt it can feel quite like pressure because you as a young kid, not really knowing myself in any way, shape or form, I say young kid, like I was 16, 17, 18. Um, yeah, it was like pressure because you're going out with these people that are your friends, and then all of a sudden they want something more from you, and it's like, whoa, 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 but we're friends. They're like, oh, come on, come on. Well, you think we're just friends? It's like, well, yeah, we've been friends for a long time. So, and it's like, so you're going to spend time with these people. They've got alternative motive behind them, and I think that's quite can be unfair. I think if you've got a female male that comes together, it should be very clear from the beginning what you're there for. Like if it's business, it's business. If it's the fact that your friends, like, okay, let's speak about as an adult here, like you've got friends who are married and let's say you're married as well, and you guys get together and you speak to your friend's husband, or or your friend speaks to your husband, then that's, there's a friendship, but there wouldn't be a friendship outside of that. It's not like you would then send your husband out with your friend to go out and go to dinner and go out for drinks, because then there's like what's happening there is you put in a female and a male together, and when you put a female and a male together, there's often going to be something from somebody that wants something from the other, whether it's just a snog, whether it's a continuation of seeing somebody. There's always something behind it, I think, anyway. Like I just said to Michael, it's funny because I was speaking to a lady who's an older lady, and she said, well, I've got male friends, but she was married. So, but we don't know from her side. She could be looking as well, they're just my friends. But she doesn't know really, because people don't express it and don't communicate it. She doesn't know from the male side what's he actually thinking, what's his real thoughts behind it. We don't know. So I just know from my own experience, when I've been tried to be friends with a guy, then it's either, and I've had the other situation where I've been the one who liked the guy and sat around and listened to them and listened to all of their problems, or and then thinking, oh, if I keep myself here and I pick up the phone to them and I give them my time and attention, then eventually they will like me. But then what happened was, and what's happened in the past is, I've taken my time, listened, given all my time, my attention, given the qualities of me that needs to go to my man, given it to someone who we're calling friends. And then he's come back and said, oh, I just met someone last night. And I'm like, oh, so all that time and attention I gave you, now you've met somebody and I feel it. And that's because I didn't communicate it. But had I communicated it from the beginning and said, well, look, I actually like you, then we've got, and if he said, well, I don't like you back, then I've got the choice to say, and I think the best thing to do is say, well, I don't want, we can't actually communicate and be be around each other because I've got feelings. So those feelings will have, and there's more time you spend speaking to anybody, this is like just a natural thing in the world. The more time you spend with anybody, you're going to naturally grow more towards them if you get on really well. If you don't get on well with them, obviously you're not going to feel like that. But if you get on really well and that's your attraction in the first place, and you're not voicing that, and you're sitting there and you're listening to what they've got to say, and you're picking up that phone, you're texting each other, then all of a sudden he comes to you and says he's found another woman, and then you have to listen to what happened with that woman because you're his friend. Do you really want to hear that? Do you really want to hear what he's been doing? Or the man, does he really want to hear what the woman's been doing? No. You know, you shouldn't have to put yourself in those situations. So establish it from the beginning. Know yourself and know what you're doing, know who you're going into. Like
well, I'm going to ask you a
beginning,
game-changing question. Why do you think people ignore this, especially women? Why do you think they? Because you're a woman. Why do you think Why do you think they ignore that?
because they think that they're going to get it. They're going to, if they spend enough time, the man's going to change his mind, and it doesn't work.
But
It
why do you
doesn't.
think women say, "Oh, he's just my friend," but they ignore the fact, knowing that this guy likes them? Because women are more in tune with their emotions than men are.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
women are very aware that that guy either wants to like them, date them, or be intimate with them. So why do they ignore these feelings?
Because they're not looking at it on that deep level. They're just looking at on the surface of everything. They're not going deep into it to feel to themselves, well, actually, this could be hurtful for this person. This could subconsciously destroy their mindset in certain ways moving forward in another relationship. It could actually create them to be insecure, feel like they're not gonna, like they don't want to try that again. You don't realize what you're doing to the other person by sticking around, and what you're actually doing is you're creating harm, really, because if a guy likes you, you know he likes you, but you're going, oh yeah, but I like him and I want to be around him and I really get on with him. Well,
He's
if you
just
get
my
on with
friend.
he's just my friend. Well, if you really like him and you get on with him, then get with him. And if you're not going to get with him, walk away. Because what you're going to do when you find a man, are you going to keep him around and you're just going to leave him there in hope? That's not
See,
fair.
see, I love that she said that. See, my biggest thing is no free attention, no free validation, no free energy or time. That does not
Absolutely.
come for free from me. Because that in that situation, and she just said it, if you're giving it away for free, like to like, let's say Bill likes Sally, and Sally's like, well, I don't like you that way, but Sally says, I want you to be my friend. We have to dissect that in a friendship, it takes work. So Sally's still saying she wants something. She wants time, attention, and energy and resources because that's what it takes to maintain a friendship. So Sally gets what she wants, Bill gets nothing
Hello.
because Bill has a burning desire to be with Sally.
And she's stringing him
But
along, and that's
Sally's
not fair.
exactly, but Sally can't reciprocate that, which is totally okay. You can't reciprocate it, it's totally fine.
But walk
But
away.
it's not fair for you to still request that you still keep them in your life because what you're saying is, I want to call you, text you, listen to your problems, all those things, get free validation and attention and energy from you because it's free, while I'm also going to go entertain other people and go pick them.
Yeah. And then leave you behind.
And they leave you behind. And that's why I was asking you, now that this newer, more mature Anthea, because we've all been immature and now we're mature, now this more mature Anthea, how does she see the lens of men and women now?
Well, now I see it exactly like that. It's like if somebody likes me and I'm not interested, but they want to be my friend, then I'm just not going there. And I've done that. And I'm not just saying this, I've practiced this in my life. And I've actually just walked away and said, I can't be going for walks with you. I can't be going for drinks with you because you like me. And if you like me, then that's not fair for me to be around you because it's going to at some point make me feel uncomfortable. And then the other one, I'm stopping you from finding a woman just because I
There you
want
go.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to anybody.
So
I'm
you're
very
saying that you wouldn't offer friendship if a guy said, "Hey,
no,
I like
no,
you." Like,
no,
let's say a guy named
and I
Derek was
haven't.
like, let's say Derek was like, "Hey, Anthea, I like you." You guys have been friends for 2 years. Derek changes the tune, says, "Anthea, I like you." You're telling me you wouldn't offer him friendship. You'd be
No,
like, "No."
no, I wouldn't offer him friendship. Not if I
You'd be
don't
like,
like him. Yeah,
exactly. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say you got on with him. He gave you great conversation. He was a good dude. Over there was nothing wrong with him. You just
no,
didn't feel that way. But you wouldn't offer him friendship. Why?
no, no, because it's not fair. Why should I don't. I've just had it just maybe a few months ago where it's happened. I've literally experienced it a few months ago where I got speaking with somebody and it was a bump into. I think I asked for a lighter, and then we just got talking, and from there. Once we got talking, we were just walking along, talking, blah blah. And then the next time we met up, he tried it on with me, and I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, I'm not interested like that. I just got talking with you. It wasn't nothing. I didn't see nothing in it, but it actually made me realize you can't even do that unless I felt something in return, because I could kind of." I felt from him, but I didn't know. But then when he made it clear to me, and then he said, "Well, look, it's okay that you don't want to get to know me like that. We can still be friends." I said, "No, we can't be friends." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because you like me and I don't like you like that. Yes, I'm not saying you're a bad person or you're a horrible person. No, because I've had a great conversation. Everything's been nice. We've gone out for a couple of walks. It's been lovely. But I don't feel like that about you. So if you feel like that about me, what am I meeting up with you for? What am I doing? It doesn't even, I'm so aware of myself that it doesn't even feel right to go and do that, because I know that that's damaging the other person. It's giving him hope, because by me sticking around is saying, well, actually, I'm giving you hope. And that gives that person that thought process of, hopefully she comes around. Hopefully, if I do this for her, if I buy her enough things, let's say, or if I take her places, or if I wine her and dine her, eventually she will like me. But if I keep pushing forward, then she will. But I know in myself is a no. A no is a no from me, and there's nothing you're going to do to change that. So why should I put myself in that situation and put him in that situation and have him? He could have met somebody along the way that was a perfect partner for him, but because his attention is on me, thinking I could, because she's still texting me back, she's still coming to me, so I'm there's obviously hope there. Then I'm blocking
His
his
blessing.
his
He's blocking.
blessing.
He's
I'm not
blocking
going to
his
do
blessing.
that. I'm not doing that for no. I'm not doing that. I refuse to do
See,
that.
I will drive one of the nails home. Is again, I love what she said. Is like I'm not doing that, and this is why I say that it only works in certain contexts if it's platonic. And
Yes,
let's be situational here. Let's not say, oh, well, what? No. Let's look at it realistically. Come back down to planet Earth. When is it ever? That's the thing. When is it ever? Because that's what it means. Platonic means there is no romantic tension between those people. I love what Anthea said. If I approached a girl, like I'd say I've been friends with a girl for 2 years and I step to her and say, hey, I like you, whatever, whatever, right? And she says, well, I don't like you that way, I'm automatically turned off by her. Because even before that, let's say this is why I won't, for me, this is why I will never, um, like with a female friend or like a female ever put myself in that situation, because I know what I offer to the table. I know who I am. I know my masculine energy. I'm growing in that, growing in my purpose, all those things. So if I'm interacting with a female and it's been like a couple of months and she does not see that I'm a good catch, like she doesn't see it. She's like, whoa, like he's a great catch. And she entertains all these other dudes while we're still talking, not like establishing anything, but just like in a context of just having like normal conversation. And she doesn't see that I'm a catch, but yet she's like, oh, like I went up with the guy Derek, I went up with a guy named John. I'm turned off by her. Why? Because I was never her number one option.
right,
Why would I want to be with someone where I wasn't their number one option? If I meet you and we've been talking for like 2, 3 months, just talking, like just feeling each other out, and she's not like, this is a dude I want to get on with. and she's not leaving me breadcrumbs of like, hit like playful jokes, playful flirting. Hey, when am I going to see you? None of that. Why am I going to ask you out? Clearly, you don't see me as a viable option
And valuable.
and valuable. So why am I going to be romantic in you? Why am I going to be romantically interested in you when you're running off to go entertain like Derek and Chad? Because I'm not going to be someone's second option.
No.
You're not going to go to Derek and Chad. Derek and Chad mess you up a little bit. And then you come back to me and say, you know what? I'll date you now. That's petty dating. That's like when you're picking someone for like a soccer or basketball team and you've picked all the good players. And then you see like the two crappy players left and you're like, I'll take John. And he's not that great, but you're just like, oh, I'll take him. Come over here.
And then you end up in an unhealthy relationship because
Exactly. And I'm like,
it's not what you wanted.
like,
Yeah.
and again, a lot of people have been like, and it's funny. That's why I'm glad you're here. Women have been fighting me on this. Yes, they can be. Yes, they can be. You know what? Fine. Imagine for a day that you were allowed in your guy friend's mind. Guarantee you, he likes you secretly, or the girl, because you've been in both situations, or the girl, and you were to be in their mind, they either A, want to be with you physically, they just haven't said anything.
Or they want to sleep with you.
Yeah, they haven't said anything, but it's in their mind.
Of course it is. Of course. It's natural. It's natural. If you're going to, and if you're attracted to somebody in the first place, what does attraction come with? Does it come with, oh, I don't like you? Does it? It comes with, I like you thoughts. It's not going to be, it's going to be aligned thoughts with how you feel and why you've been attracted to that person in the first place. So if the other person is not feeling the same way, why stick around? Why try and say, oh, well, I get what I want? Well, that's not nice, is it? That's not nice. That's not nice. It's at the end of the day, people say, oh, well, he gives it to me anyway. I don't need to be with him. He gives it to me anyway.
Yeah, free attention and free validation.
Yeah, but hang on. Is that how you want to treat people? Think about you as a person. You're treating people disrespectfully by sticking around a man who's getting you and buying you these things, and you have no interest in him. Who are you to do that in the first place? Why would you want to string somebody along? I'm sorry, but it's not really
I think the worst thing is taking the time, attention, and validation. That's the worst part. Because when you're feeling down or you're not feeling good, he's the person that you call to make you feel better without you giving anything in return. It's not a healthy exchange.
No, it's not a healthy exchange.
For a guy or a girl, it's not a healthy exchange. Oh, I feel bad today. Let me call Matt. Call Matt up. Matt makes you feel better. Then you go on about your day. You just extracted time and resources from Matt with you giving nothing in return.
Nothing. That's like going to the coach, or you've got a business coach, or you've got a personal coach, and you decide that you're not paying them.
Pretty much that's it. And that's why, as I say, in these dynamics, that's why I feel so passionate to tell guys and girls, why are you giving away your free time, attention, energy, and resources to someone that's not reciprocating it back?
Stop it.
That's where the pain comes. That's where you get hurt. Yeah, that's where you get hurt.
Yeah, and I've had it where I've been hurt. I've done that. Yeah, I've done it, Michael. I've done it where I've been there thinking I like him, and if I just stick around, or if I, and he just keeps phoning me, keeps giving me everything I'm wanting, but not giving me what I want, and then I'm left there, and it's like, well, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good at all.
But you see, this is the tricky part. This is the hard part, and this is what's going to get very interesting. And again, we'll probably agree to maybe disagree, or maybe we'll agree. Women always say, tell me the truth. That's a statement that a lot of girls make. I always want an honest, respectable man, right? But let's say that guy tells you the truth and saying, look, I don't like you romantically, but I just want to have fun with you, bedroom fun. Oh, all you do is want to use me. You don't care about me. All you care about is my butt. I told you the truth, though. It's just you can't handle it.
Yeah, I so agree with you, Michael. I so agree with you. If somebody's telling you the truth, take it as what they're saying and don't take it personally. It's what
No,
he's saying. It's at the end of the day, and I've done that where I think, oh, well, I'm good enough for you to be in the bedroom with, but I'm not good enough
no,
for you to. Well, no, it doesn't even work like that. It's literally if somebody's giving you their truth, then and you don't like that, then you don't have to be there. You say, okay,
no.
cool. I
Well,
don't want to do that. So see you later.
well, this is why I have a problem, because this is why a lot of guys lie, and I'm holding guys accountable. Lie to have physical intimacy with women because they knew that if they told them the truth, they wouldn't get that intimacy.
Yes.
So
Yes.
a lot of guys lie to get the intimacy because they know that if they were upfront about it, the girl would be angry. She'd be like, "Oh, how could you say this to me?" Or "You only care about like." But that's the thing. If you're asking for honesty, be prepared for harsh truths.
Yeah. And then it's up to you. You don't, no one's putting, no one's saying you have to go and do what they're saying. They're telling you the truth. And if you say, well, you know what, I want to do that too, then don't get the emotions involved
Because
because
that's why I'm going to ask you, Anthea, if you met a guy and the guy is like, "Hey, like I'm interested in you, but I'm not looking for a romantic relationship. I'm just looking for bedroom fun." How would you feel? You ask for
well,
truth. If you
yeah,
ask him, tell me the truth.
I wouldn't take it personally. I've asked him what he wants, and he's just told me. So there's no attachment. There's a detachment. I've taught myself to detach myself from what's coming out from what's being said from somebody. So if someone says that to me, then I probably feel at first, oh, that's really nice. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you want
exactly.
to,
But then you
yeah,
can make an excessive decision to say, you know what, I'm down for that. Or
I'm
no, you
back.
know what? I ain't
No,
about that life. I'm
yeah,
out.
now. And that's my choice. And just like his choice was to tell me, my choice was to say whatever it is. And if it was the fact that I thought, you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I like you. You
Because
know,
I
I
don't think
fancy
it's fair.
you.
I don't think it's fair to ask for truth, and then when truth is given, you get
No,
upset about it.
yeah, it doesn't work. Uh, and this is why so many people like won't be truthful because they're
Nope.
scared of what their truth will bring to somebody else. But always speak your truth. Always speak your truth
But
because the truth will set you free.
I feel like in those situations though, people do it, but the person ignores what they've said. Like
Yes,
someone might say to that person, "I don't see a life with you." It goes literally right by their head. I
yes.
am going to convince them.
You
It's
can't
like they told you
convince
the
me.
truth. Like they don't see that. Like
Yes.
it is what it is.
Yes, and I've done it. I've been there. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. And I put my hands up. But I suppose I can honestly say I've grown from that and I've learned from that and I know the difference now. So I know, like, and I've actually practiced the difference and I know, like, my response has been now. But I know I can remember times where I've done that. And I think to myself, wow, you just ignored what that person said to you, Anthea. You just went,
Yeah,
like,
literally.
like, just gone. Like, why? What was you thinking? Why? And I know I was thinking, oh, if I spend enough time with him, then he will think differently. He will say, he might say, like, I want to be in a relationship with you. No, if someone stated they don't want to be in a relationship, they don't want to be in a relationship. That's it.
Yeah. And
That's
that's
it.
why I said, like, with guys and girls, it's about that honesty. Guys and women don't like to hear this, but again, we are a truthful podcast. We don't lie here. We don't fib. We only tell the truth because we don't do this. Is men want to either with good looking women they're attracted to, either A, want to be with them intimately or date them. You don't like it, but it is the reality. So you can either complain about reality or say, you know what? This is what it is. It's cool. I'm going to hang around with more females. But that's the thing. You have to be honest about it. That's all what I think we can ask for is we have to stop dancing around it because now you're keeping this guy or girl around you for free attention, validation, and everything without you giving anything in return because you don't want to be with them, but you still want to take something from them. And that's what it is. You don't want to hear that, but that's what it is.
And it is
I want
that.
to take friendship from you,
Yeah.
and you're going to stay there, not be romantically interested. Suppress your feelings. That's what they're saying. Suppress your feelings and give me what I want.
Because,
Friendship.
yeah. But you know that person doesn't want friendship. He wants more. It's not on. It's just not
Exactly.
on.
You're asking them to suppress it, guy or girl. You're asking them to suppress it, to say, I can't give you what you want, but give me what I want, friendship. Instead of respecting the fact to say, look, if you like me, that's cool, but we can't keep doing this. I gotta let you go. It's not platonic anymore. And that's why it won't work. It only works in the platonic sense. Like you look at that person and you're like, that's the only way it works. But if there's a hint, and I mean a spark of like, oh, I wonder what being with them would be like. It's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even if
Absolutely.
it's
I agree with you.
even if it's like just physical, even if it's just romantically, it's a wrap. Because going forward now, any decision you make or any interaction that you have with them is going to be with the intent of either wanting to be with them or be with them physically. So
Yeah.
now all your intentions are false. Now all
Yeah.
the intentions are lie because this person, guy or girl, thinks, oh, they're here to be my friend and we're gonna skip down Lollipop Lane. While the other person's thinking something completely different. They're thinking like, oh, like, I want to be with them and I'm waiting to shoot my shot, guy or girl. One person's thinking something else, another person thinking something else.
You've got to be aligned in anything you do. You've got to find your alignment within it. It's not, it's not fair to do that to another person. And especially if you've got somebody who's quite so kind-hearted and and you're just taking advantage of their kind heart and their time and their attention, the fact that they're there to listen to you. I think that's
There you
just not
go.
on. It doesn't,
It's
you're not,
transparency, to
yeah,
be
it
honest.
is. Yeah, absolutely. So
Like, I'm
just,
not gonna lie to you. Like, I hung out with one of my girlfriends, and I flat out told her, "I'm sexually attracted to you." She was like, "Really?" She's like, "Well, you know what? I'm sexually attracted to you too." I'm like, cool. And then now we just hang out, and it's normal because we've addressed it.
yes.
So now it's not awkward. It's not compromising. It's not weird. It's not like, oh man, if they make a move, I'm uncomfortable. They said only friendship. Like, because we've addressed that there is sexual tension there, or there's like not like a romance, but more of addressing we're attracted to each other. It's cool. And then if something was to ever get on from that, it's not a shocker. Like, hey, this whole time I thought we were friends. I thought we were just gonna be friends. Like, no, like we've addressed that there is this thing, and then if whatever comes from it comes from it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's where you're very on point there. It's addressing it from the beginning. It's the communication, it's letting somebody know. And if it's not in alignment with what you want, then please walk. Don't keep somebody around just because you're benefiting from it and they're not benefiting from it. That's not fair. And even if you say, yeah, but I listen to his problems, or she listens to my problems, or you don't need to be there listening to each other's problems. You need to think about solutions. And if you're going to think about solutions, why do you want to be with the opposite sex talking about solutions that you've got nothing to do with each other in that way? You're not building a partnership. You're not building anything. And your friendship isn't going to last forever, in the sense of when you both get married, you both decide to get married to different people. What are you going to do? Bring them along to your marriage with you and have them stand there? Like,
I agree with you because you see, guy or girl, and I'll use a guy. You're friends with this girl. You've poured so much into her, but then you're listening to her talk about some guy named Chad all the time.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Chad this, or Chad that, or Chad doesn't want to be with me, or Chad. But you're the one doing the work. You're the one supporting her, there for her, understanding, showing up for her. But all you hear is about Chad. Then she runs off with Chad. And that's why I'm telling you, no free attention, no validation, Like no giving it away for free, no time, attention, energy, and validation for free. No, because you're gonna get it from me, and then once I've fixed you up or helped you, whatever, then you run off to Chad. You're like, Chad, hey Chad.
Yeah, I've got all my answers now. I'm giving the better version of me because he's helped me become the better version of me in that moment. And now I'm going to go and give that to somebody else, but I'm not giving it to you. That you've taken all your time and attention from me and listened to me and the rest of it. But I'm going, see you later. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Just dragged out all that energy from you. You're left there feeling quite drained and quite crap, to be fair, but you're running off with this newfound way of yourself because you've understood something that he said and you're giving it to someone else. Well, that's not fair on that person. And if that person decides to keep themselves in there, that's only because you're
Say
giving
something.
them.
I'm going to say something interesting, and you're probably going to like this. Shout out to my friend Brandon Boyd that told me this. Don't build another guy. Don't ever build a future guy or future woman's wife or husband. Now, what he meant by that statement is if you're pouring into someone, you're building them up for someone else to enjoy.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. If you're a guy or girl and you're in that situation, you're building this person up for someone else to reap the benefits.
Yeah, while you just stay there.
That's why he said, don't build up another guy, another person's future wife or husband, because they're going to go, as Anthea said, they're going to go run off with that person. But who helped them become that person? You.
And then you're just
You
sitting
help
there
them
left.
become that better version. You help them do that. The understanding, the wisdom, the knowledge, the time, fresher perspectives, whatever you want to call it. And now they're going to take this better version and not give it to you, which is totally okay. But now they're going to run off and go give it to some other person, and that person reaps the benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I believe that you should, with those resources that you have, don't give it away for free. Gauge the relationship. See, you know what? Yo, man, I'm giving too much time to this thing. Like, clearly, like, this person only comes to me when they need something or want something, and then they're running back to this other person. Clearly, they don't see me as a viable option or their number one option. That's cool. I'm out. Going to
Yeah,
far left.
and that's the thing. If you realize that they're not coming back to you with the same as what you want, then walk away. It's done. You're not, there's what, 8 billion people out there. You're not going to be left alone. And even if you are alone, use that time to get to know yourself and build your own self, build your own self-esteem, build your own confidence, build your own everything. Pour love into yourself. When you pour your love into yourself, you can pour it into others, but pour that love into the people that want to give that love back to you, not somebody who you're going to pour it out to, give them all your time, all your attention, and the next thing you know, they've gone off with Chad, Dave, or whoever,
Yeah.
and you're there going, oh, and you're not going to feel good, and it's not going to help you.
You're going to feel like I gave this person so much. They took a lot, but again, it's your fault for providing it. That's the thing. It's not their fault. You provided it. It's like if someone's offering free brownies, you can't get mad at them for taking a free brownie. You know what I mean? Like, provided the free brownie and they took it. So,
take responsibility.
Again, that's why, exactly, it's responsibility. And that's why, as I said, it's also accountability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I've always looked at it. So look, guys, I appreciate Anthea being on here to be able to add her perspective. Because when I say it, women are like, he's crazy, he's this, he's living. But when you hear it from a woman, you can't refute. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad. It's another grown woman telling you that she's had experiences where it's never been platonic.
It hasn't been.
It's always been somebody asking for something. So again, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to see you guys Friday with the top. Sorry for the cell phone ringing. It's going to go off eventually. But with the topic of, if they don't respect you, can they love you?
I love
And
that.
that's gonna be, and because that's the thing, we need to cover this because a lot of people are in relationships where people don't respect them, and
And
then
they say
they're
that's a
expecting to
love
still get
thing.
love. Like they're
Yes.
expecting to still get love, and it's like doesn't work.
Exciting. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. It's going to be a good one. All right, brilliant.
All
Listen,
right,
again,
everybody. So,
thank
yo, thank
you.
you for the bonus episode, Anthea, and we
Thank
will see
you.
you guys Friday.
See you Friday. Take care. Have a
Take care.
brilliant rest of the day. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.